Welcome to your Saga Oasis, surpassing your own limits. We are facing an important issue, which is how to overcome personal limitations and mature in a world where the phenomenon of young people refusing to grow up is becoming increasingly common. This phenomenon refers to young adults in their 20s and 30s who think and act childishly, despite possessing talent and intelligence, but severely lack the life skills needed to navigate the world. Many cases stem from being raised in overly indulgent or protective family environments, regardless of material conditions. Parents often focus on providing everything for their children, from material conditions to excessive care, causing young people to miss out on learning basic life skills like cooking, cleaning, or handling basic difficulties. As a result, despite their high education, they are confused by life's challenges, always unsure what to do when faced with difficulties. This is especially common in families with only children or the youngest child, who are cared for specially. Their family spoiled them with immense love and provided maximal support for their personal development and career. Consequently, these children grow up having skipped the self-discipline phase. What will I have to do to be a man? In the song, Tell Me Why, there's a powerful lyric. Every day I ask myself, what will I have to do to be a man? This line reflects a profound journey towards maturity and questions the essence of becoming a man, or more broadly, a true adult. Maturity here isn't just about overcoming childish whims, anger, sadness, or being easily hurt. It's also about learning to not only make demands or blame others, but to share, give, and help. Moreover, being able to be a spiritual support for others is a significant sign of maturity. An adult is also capable of managing their negative emotions well and doesn't make life difficult or cause harm to others. The process of becoming an adult requires reducing personal indulgences like partying, oversleeping, poor eating habits, unnecessary shopping, or unrealistic daydreaming. It involves learning to solve problems independently, seeking help only when absolutely necessary. A true adult knows how to interact, connect, and build a harmonious work and living environment where everyone strives and supports each other. They possess a brotherly spirit, willing to uplift and share with others. Additionally, an adult has the ability to guide, share knowledge and experience, help others overcome difficulties, and have a big heart to forgive others' mistakes. True maturity also shows in a selfless heart and the ability to sacrifice personal benefits for the greater good of the family, community, and homeland. Reducing enjoyment. Great figures like Confucius have taught that to achieve big goals, one needs to limit themselves in 3 daily aspects: eating, dressing, and sleeping. Eating less is not just about reducing food intake, but also about not pursuing material satisfaction in food, choosing simplicity in both diet and clothing, and sleeping a little less. In general, we need to cut back on our indulgences. Why? Firstly, it helps you develop endurance. I notice that today's youth are very capable and intelligent, but their biggest weakness is a lack of patience and endurance. Why is that? Because their upbringing is not like it was decades ago, when their parents had to live through hardships with no choice but to accept them. They had only a few sets of clothes, sometimes had to eat meals of rice mix with sweet potatoes, and studied under the dim light of oil lamps. Due to such hardships, they had to strive to overcome them. But if one is accustomed to an easy life, then what goals are left to strive for? I don't mean to say that everyone who has had an easy life lacks endurance, but in reality, those who grew up in hardship tend to have better endurance. You can learn to refuse things that you deserve, but you don't need them as much. For instance, all the clothes, belongings, and money you receive from your parents, you have the right to enjoy them. Why then should you restrict yourself? You aren't begging anyone. But aside from controlling your indulgences and enhancing your endurance, you also cultivate an important virtue, sharing your rewards with others. A beautiful habit is instead of fully indulging, you enjoy 7, 8 parts of it, leaving the rest to share with those less fortunate. Perhaps more deeply, you'll realize that everything we enjoy is not just for us, but is also a result of giving and receiving from nature and the universe around us. A flower doesn't bloom just for itself, but also needs sunlight, water, fertilizer, and many other factors. Similarly, your stable life depends on nature, society, politics, economy, religion, and culture. If these elements are disturbed, you too will be affected. So, why not share your creation with those who have supported you? Doing so helps maintain balance, and when you achieve this, the world supports you, bringing favorable conditions your way. Rules for oneself. In the current educational environment, many schools focus mainly on imparting knowledge and chasing after achievements and titles, forgetting to nurture students' morals and personalities. This issue, coupled with many families lacking time or understanding of their children's feelings, highlights the need for a special training environment to help young people develop the necessary skills to face life, such as self-control and solving psychological problems. A suggestion is that after graduating from university, young people should participate in such programs before starting their lives. The United States Military Academy at West Point is an example of an ideal training environment where outstanding military leaders and famous CEOs worldwide are trained. Here, the selection process for cadets is extremely strict, reserved for 1,000 elite students each year from the states, recommended by governors. Cadets must go through many tests and quizzes before being accepted, among which the observation skills test is a notable example. Students are placed in an unpredicted situation and then tested on their perception and observation skills, skills that modern technology and a lifestyle overly focused on oneself have caused many young people today to lose. Through their tough training, including military, physical, intellectual, and moral aspects, West Point students become symbols of disciplined life, teamwork spirit, and leadership skills. They become top choices for big corporations after graduating. Their careers and successes prove the importance of investing time and effort into self-development and life skills, highlighting the waste of time many young people today spend on meaningless internet surfing, or stuck in unworthy relationships and negative emotions. These actions and habits show they're not fully mature, even if they're in their late teens or early 20s. Maturity doesn't just come with age, but with the willingness to self-train and improve every day. The journey to achieving dreams, whether near or far, depends on each person's current effort and progress. It requires asking yourself if you've truly invested enough time and effort towards your goals, or if you're just wasting time on fleeting pleasures without long-term value. Aiming to become a PhD, a master's degree holder, or reaching a significant position in society is many people's dream. But turning that dream into reality requires not just ambition, but also questioning whether one has the capacity to learn, observation skills, and the right pace of progress to achieve their goals. One must self-assess if they have the necessary qualities, and if not, figure out what needs to be done to develop them. If schools can't fully equip you, then it's up to each person to realize this and improve themselves. First, start by reading books on soul development and nurturing inner values. Then, everyone should create their own daily personal training program, with regular exercise each day as the first step. Even though it seems basic, it's a crucial foundation for developing other aspects of yourself. Living with discipline is essential, including following community rules and setting personal principles like managing your daily time and deciding what you should and shouldn't do. When dealing with negative or confusing emotions, like how romantic feelings can disrupt your peace of mind and affect your training, you need to be strong enough to put them aside. This not only helps focus on developing inner strength, but also practices self-control. Everyone should list their weaknesses, like laziness, overeating, or jealousy, but only choose 3 to focus on improving gradually each day, avoiding self-doubt or inferiority complex. Moreover, you should recognize and enhance your personal strengths. Everyone needs to revisit the good qualities they've neglected or overlooked for a long time, and spend time awakening and developing them. For example, if you were once calm, but now easily distracted, focus on regaining this ability through meditation or other calming activities. This helps not only in developing life skills, but also in improving the quality of life and learning effectiveness. I sincerely hope that from now on, everyone will grasp the significance of self-improvement in today's world. With the rise of children's television programs such as talent shows and The Voice Kids, youngsters often find themselves caught up in fleeting fame, envisioning themselves as stars. However, if you only have a good singing voice, it only helps if you want to be a singer. If you don't want to be a singer, then a good voice doesn't help you much. Being fluent in a foreign language allows you to communicate with speakers of that language, or might give you some advantages in finding a job. But it's nothing special. We need to recognize that we have many shortcomings, need more guidance and advice. I wish there was someone trustworthy who could show you your weaknesses, because sometimes you can't see them yourself, and you might not accept comments from people you don't trust. When you recognize your weaknesses, you'll know how to focus on improving them or turning them into strengths. If you let these weaknesses control you without understanding what they are, not recognizing their real power, you'll constantly feel tired, stressed, and miserable, losing yourself. Therefore, studying hard and developing your talents is important, but even more crucial is living ethically, realistically, understanding yourself, and overcoming your own limitations. This is the most important path to follow. It's the end of the video. Thank you for joining us today. And don't miss out on more videos from us by subscribing and turning on the notification bell icon.